Can you pull up your screen on yours so we can check out the YouTube? Off of Dom's phone right now.
Much better, right? Except for the battery life.
And it looks up at the ceiling.
Hey, Felix.
So, still working out the kinks, guys. As usual. There we go. Not better. Yo!
That's how they say.
Right? I think I already had it opened up from yesterday.
I closed it out.
Okay. That is a sick movie, man.
Did you see it?
I did.
No.
It's like nostalgia, like back from the very first one, and it just keeps going.
Shane said, "What's up, Bay?
Mr. Shane, what's going on?" Joker, Black Lions. Who's Joker from the Black Lions? I am like flabbergasted. Mamba, dude. Yep, it's about to go down. All right, you ready? Ready for the intro?
Yeah.
Let's do the intro. Because yesterday it took like 3 minutes for the intro. Ready? Go. Hola, mi gente. My name is Psycho. We're here live at Airsoft Revolution 15. Then this is
Dom. Hey guys, from Air 15. We're here. We're gonna be playing all the way until midnight tonight. So make sure to see you guys. Just a quick pro shop, real quick. We got NC Star products back in stock, and we got the Ace Tech Tracer units back in stock. Get them limited. Carry on.
all right. So, gonna hit up our sponsors real quick, guys.
Over from. Hold on, he's
I got it. Ready. So, if you have not bought your tickets yet, you need to buy them quickly because.
There.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what you're doing. All right, because tickets are going to close out here soon. I don't know the actual date, but you must like the Third Coast Airsoft fan page on Facebook in order for you guys to find out exactly when the ticket sales are going to be closing out. If you have not bought your tickets yet, now the objective is to buy them now and not very last minute, because then you'll be, out of luck. Now this is Starburst, the 10th
year anniversary.
The 10th year anniversary for Starburst, happening at Fort Hood. It's like 2.5 hours away from here. And at the military base, outside the military base, actually is like a little training site.
In Killeen.
So October 19th to the 21st. So it's a 3-day evolution. In case you guys didn't know how to do the math, that's how that one works. Okay, and from our friends at Overwatch Tactics presents Conquest of Avalon 2, happening at Waxahachie, Texas on November 10th and 11th. Alright guys, now back to bragging rights, which is happening tonight, guys. So if you guys are going to be coming tonight, you guys will be fighting for the title for Friday Night Champion for bragging rights against 10 other players, or 9 other players if you're considered one of those 10. And you'll be fighting and trying to move up the ranks so we can fight the number one champion for Fridays right now, Nicholas Perez from the Texas Partisans. Saturday again will be Black Lions Simba, and Sunday is Eddie. Dude, he needs a better presentation for his name. It's like, and we have Sunday Eddie. And Sunday, the man who took the title away from Ninja, Eddie. I don't see still. Edwin. Eddie. Yeah. You guys saw him here yesterday. All right, guys.
Give him something cool.
Now for the name, the whole reason we decided to do another. I mean, we were going to do it anyways. But today's discussion is extinction. Now, if I spelled that correctly, it's extinction. Which means annihilated, done, bye-bye, go so long, forever.
Forever.
Well, that's the name of the
that's how you define extinction.
That's
it's usually gone forever.
Right. Oh, Felix says, I'm coming for the title, he said.
How can he go play? Mr.
Albert Garza.
So how can he come and play?
For extinction or for bragging rights? Bragging rights is this weekend, so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you want to fight for one of those titles, just come in, put your name in the roster, and then you'll be added into the.
It's just regular admission. You come in, you pay, and then when the bragging rights event starts, and then we'll run it once we get enough people going. So it's easy.
Right.
Right. You just got to go up and play.
Suit up and show up. Let's show up and suit up.
The entrance. Cool.
Haha. Nice. Alright guys, Extinction. So, little backstory to this, and I'm actually surprised that Panda, we got Diablo Infamous. Whoa!
Panda, if you're watching, please.
Here we go. I got love for you, dog. There you go, man. I'm giving you shout outs. Now, we get a lot of people that want shout outs on here. Going from the very top, we got Sura Goat, Joker Black Lions, Blumistry 05, Mamba again, and then a couple of cuties. So the Legacy 1991, Diablo Infamous, Chaos Flash, and Equal Savage. There we go, Oblivion Panda. All right, so for the just a little bit of backstory of what's going on. So our very first set of Speedsoft team was the Goons. Goons were here about 2.5 years ago or so, right around when we started doing Milsim. When we did Milsim, a lot of our tactical teams and a lot of our tactical players started doing the Milsim. And when you go do Milsims, you know, we started focusing a lot on the outdoor field and Milsim and getting them prepared to learn how to play Milsim, which then spawned out Speedsofters here. So the Speedsoft community just blew up big within the time that we ended up doing our first Milsim at Battlegrounds. So by the time our focus came back to the indoor field, there was Speedsoft craze all over the place. And we had the Goons that were pretty much owning the field. So it didn't matter who you were. If you were a tactical player that went to go do Milsim and you came back, you got owned. Because they were here every weekend, you know, showing up, suiting up, fighting against everybody and anything. Anything meaning, like, if you're a brand new player, they didn't care. If you were a Milsim player, they didn't care. If you were a Speedsofter from another place, they didn't care. They'd rip into you, and that's pretty much their playstyle. So they pretty much established the Speedsoft mentality at Era 15 of that's the aggressive playstyle, which it's a unique playstyle. Now, being able to take it out on everybody, that's kind of different. You know, I pretty much, the way I play is I pretty much hit you for how good you are, and then I start to take it up a notch, you know, depending on that. Nothing wrong with the Goons playstyle. Even at that, I fought against the Goons, and I mean, I have a YouTube video on our YouTube channel, uncut YouTube footage of me actually fighting one of the Goons back then on our old layout, and it was just a one-on-one, and it was pretty close. So no special effects, no nothing, straight raw footage, and it was just pretty much, you know, one-on-one to see, you know, what you got. It wasn't so much, you know, oh, I'm the better player, you're the better player. It was just, hey, let's see what you guys are about. So, you know, I have a lot of respect for different types of play styles. So don't get me wrong when I start talking about different play styles or how I feel towards certain players or certain play styles, because that's not how it is. To me, I respect all kinds of fighting styles. I respect everybody's different play styles. You know, it's pretty much all you have to do is show up, suit up, and show me what you got. You know what I mean? That's how much I pretty much take it. So, the Goons ended up splitting off, and they took off, and then the Pandas were born.
Yeah.
Yes. What happened?
Well, no, I'm just kind of. Is there people there like that?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. You can always suit up against me, and man, I'll make you feel like there's 20 people here. So, can I roll with y'all at Extinction? Extinction's gonna be a an event here, and I want to say it's a closed event for right now. And the reason I'm going to say it's a closed event is because it's between two teams, Black Lions and the Pandas. The Black Lions ended up issuing out a challenge to the Pandas, but going back to the originality of how all this developed. So back then we did a Skull Candy tournament, which pretty much it was a 5-on-5 or a 3-on-5, it didn't matter, and it was a league. We treated it like a league to where, we treated it to where you had to show up every month to compete against every team, and it was more like a bracket. So back then we had the Blue Raiders, we had the Wolves, we had Sheepdogs, Spartans, KLS, and Easy Company, and there were 6 teams, and these were some of our best players at the time, that were going, head to head against each other in a game that we designed that was called Skull Candy. And there's very few members from that league that actually still play. So we kind of like did away with competition team style, because you would think that when you lost, that you would come back harder, you would train, you would take a different look at it, but a lot of it was weird. I hate to put it out there like that, but it left a bad flavor in everybody's mouth for Airsoft, as far as competitive play styles. And it's not to sound biased, but the top team that ended up being the championship team for Skull Candy, I ended up recruiting that team as the team to represent AR-15. And I think that's the reason why a lot of those people kind of almost fell off the face of the planet, because they took it as they weren't good enough to represent AR-15, and I never had a chance to say it had nothing to do like that, because what happened was I needed a team to go represent at other fields. I needed a team to go represent at other events that we're going to do. Why? Because we are a place of business. And yes, I am the face of the company. Dom is the face when he's here at the field, and you guys know him as Dom, the guy behind the counter. But he's also part of my team. And I pin-picked a lot of these players to represent, because I saw them as a representation of the player in the field and outside the field. And now, if you didn't get picked back then, it wasn't because you weren't good enough. It was just the fact that I fight a fireman team, so it's a small unit, and I picked what I felt I needed to complete that as a whole. So we kind of did away with the whole competitive thing. Pandas came around, and the focus is not on scars, not on what happened back then, but Pandas came around, and for many weeks, many months, well, not many years, but for the last 2 years or so, Pandas were like, we want to show that we're the best. You know what I mean? We want that competitive thing, and I keep telling them, no, we've already tried it and it failed. People just quit Airsoft all the way around. People don't know how to lose, and so I told them no. So I shut them down, and until I finally decided, you know what, fine. So I did a second lower level Skull Candy Championship 2, and it was like spur of the moment, just to see, do we have the competitive environment or the competitive player base for us to be able to host more tournaments like this. And Pandas were ready to fight. They showed up, boom, and it was a small build up. It wasn't like a massive build up or anything like that. It was just a real quick, let's get it done. Let's see what we got. Let's see who comes out of the woodwork. And sure enough, a lot of the players from the original Skull Candy Championship, the first one, they ended up teaming up and making a new team, and they ended up beating the Pandas. And we did 2 rounds, and they ended up beating them 2-0 on that game. Now I have to give respect to where respect is due. Where's that team now? There's maybe 2 or 3 players from that team that still plays today. That was maybe a year and a half ago. Pandas, I have to, like I said, I'm not being biased, but Pandas are still playing. Pandas are still showing up, and they're still shooting out, and they're still representing in their way in the airsoft community. Now, again, that's not being biased. It's just giving credit to where credit's due. Pandas are still here, and they're still showing up. So I give them plenty of credit for that. So good job, Pandas, for still staying in the fight after that loss and still wanting to compete. So then the Black Lions were born after the Pandas and after the whole situation. And the Black Lions are now the ones that show up on the regular basis. They're the ones that are trying to create, look at the bigger picture. It's not, I rep my set. Alright, so the black so I see the Pandas mission and their objective. Their mission and their objective is to show that, you know what, they've been around. Okay, that they've been around for
a period of time.
They've been around for a period of time, and they're still here, and they want to be heard. They want their credit where credit is due, right? And they want to say that they are the best. That is their mission and their objective, and they're going to do it by any means necessary because they've been here. So, with that being said, they're not in the wrong. And I don't have Instagram, but I get my sources through other people. And Dom has Instagram, so if Dom shows me sometimes, hey, look what I see on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, do I agree with a lot of the call-outs and stuff like that? I'm a very competitive person. I call out Raptor all the time. I call out Raptor in ways that maybe some people may see it's unethical, or you know what, like there's that borderline, man. Do they really got beef? But we do it with a lot of respect between us. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the whole MGK and Eminem feud, and then Eminem just dropped his diss today. So there's 2 different types of calling people out, right? So Pandas want to be the best, right? They want to show that they're the best, and Black Lions is pretty much, you know what, we're mellowed out. We don't need to prove that we're the best. We don't need to prove that we are number one, because we show up. We show up and we play with the regular crowd. We play with the toughest crowds. And right now, these are facts. These are not opinions. These are not my opinions. This is not Dom's opinions. These are facts. Right now, as we speak, Black Lions have had 2 champions that represent Saturday and Sunday for the bragging rights single individual competition fighting. So, as facts, how many does Panda have? Okay. So that's individual fighting, though, right? So nothing against team fighting. Team fighting, maybe you're a stronger pack as a team. Maybe you're a stronger pack as individual fighters. I can tell you for a fact, my team, Scar, we are a dominant force as a team, but we can still hold off our own as individual fighters. Which means, and this is something I tell all my Scar members, is don't ever complain about being outnumbered. If we have to go 3 against 60, then so be it. Don't act a fool and don't throw a tantrum. Don't do anything like that, because you're representing bigger than yourself. Representing just the whole community of San Antonio. And then when we go compete in other states, you're representing Southern Texas, if not Texas as a whole. So we already have a massive feud between the West Coast and the East Coast, and you know us. We're pretty much overlooked in the Central, not really Central America, but
Central America.
but we're pretty much overlooked down in the
Central
states,
South United States.
Right. You know, and then there's West Coast Airsoft, and then there's East Coast Airsoft. It's really not that much talk in the center, and that's why Third Coast came up 10 years ago, because they're like, hey, we're stomping grounds, we want people to hear us too. Kind of the same way that Panda is stomping their grounds, and they're like, I want to be heard. I want to know that. I want to let you know that we're here. We ain't going nowhere. We haven't gone anywhere, and we definitely want to prove that we're the best. So what's gonna happen is extinction. Doesn't mean that, you know, loser gets to go home with their tail underneath their butt and they're done forever. It just means that you're going to extinct the thought process of who really is the best. We're going to lay it all down. And the details are to come. I'm not going to let you guys, like, everything right now. I got to feed you guys. I got to spoon feed y'all. Little by little by little by little by little. So that way you guys can get more interest in it. Now, again, this is a closed event because it's between the Black Lions and the Pandas. So you guys are trying to see what's going on. We're going to be unleashing more information. And I'm going to be doing interviews with Panda. I'm going to be doing interviews with Black Lions. I'm going to be doing interviews with different team captains, players, what their game plan is, what, you know, what do they think about the feud? Is the feud a friendly feud, or is this like something personal, or is this, you know, an Airsoft thing to be like, you know what, no, we are the best, man. Or, you know what, we've been around the longest. We definitely claim the throne. Again, that's Panda's mission, and I believe Black Lions is more of the, hey, you know what, we do it because we want to see other players grow to where, you know what, when I'm 50, I don't have to put on a dye mask and run around and fight against Pandas all the time. But again, a lot of respect to both styles of gameplay. As me as myself, I'm more, again, that I'll fight you at your status, and then I'll bring up the notch if I need to on that. And that's why we have Fight Night Fridays. And if on need be, I mean, you also have the 3 champions that you can go up against, take one of those titles, and then you have facts behind behind everything to where it's like, no, man, we own all 3 titles. You know, we have all 3 titles on our team. You don't have to cheat to get that done. Extinction will be Fight Night rules, so which means if you don't know what Fight Night rules are, come on a Friday, you'll find out. And that goes to everybody, not just these 2 teams. So lots of love to everybody, guys. Again, we're trying to be non-biased to this event, but this will be a spectating event, so if you guys want to check it out, it's going to be Extinction. We'll be going live on multiple platforms like we do now, and we're going to show you guys raw, uncut footage on, you know, how it's going to go down on the 29th.
Sounds good.
Nam, you got anything? What's your aspect of this whole thing? What is my favorite CQB rifle?
For $200.
For $200. Sas.
Lots of options.
For me? Or for my favorite?
Yours or mine.
For $200?
I did have a good one.
For $200, I'm gonna say it wouldn't be a rifle; it'd be my pistol, my M&P pistol when I had it tapped.
Well, that kind of puts it over the $200 limit. If you have it tapped. Well, my extended mag and green gas. Because I did run green gas through it too, so that would be my favorite thing. Just because I was able to move quicker, and lighter. For 200, for a little bit more than 200, I would go with ARP. Oh yeah,
ARP by far. Before it was the Ares Amoeba back then with the original wire harness. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't know. Depending on the outcome of Extinction, we may do a second one, and we'll see where it goes from there. Again, don't knock it till you try it. That's pretty much our premises on a lot of our events, and we got to see the outcome and the aftermath of Extinction, and then depending on that, then we can go ahead and do maybe something bigger. Again, guys, we can only fit so many people in the indoor field before we have to do rotations, and then after that, it's just pretty much normal gameplay. So you want a bigger event? Go to the outdoor field, but I don't know how many speed opters actually go going outdoors. So,
or they can play both indoor and outdoor. Because last Sunday of the month, which is the 30th, we'll be hosting War Games at the outdoor field.
So the league is not coming back, not yet, at least. Again, we have to see what the outcome for Extinction's coming. We do have the bragging rights individual thing. So if you want to compete, you can compete for the belt every month. You can pretty much have a new champion every month. Last shoutouts, guys. Before we close this out, I got some other stuff I gotta get doing. I also got that paint job I gotta do on that site. So, and I have to run. Are you reffing Extinction? I will be enforcing, not reffing. Reffings are people that count points and stuff. I'll be the enforcer, the head enforcer, making sure, you know, everybody's calling their hits and everybody's following the objective, and it's not just a bloodbath. Trust me, it's not my first rodeo, and I will call it down the middle directly. If there's any, you know, overshooting, if there's no hit calling, you're gonna be kicked out. Not even punished, you're kicked out of the game. Again, Fight Night rules is a whole different status of playstyle. One complaint, hey, call your hits. No exemptions. Now that goes for both teams, Black Lions and the Pandas. So even Ninja, if Ninja says, "Hey bro, call your hit," beep, get up here, you're done. And as sad as it seems, I'll take your rifle away and I'll make you sit down in your style facing the wall. Not even watching what's going on. So and that goes for both sides. So that way we got that cleared out. I will be the hit enforcer for that day, which is a Saturday for Extinction.
Regular gameplay will be...
Yes, don't get it confused, guys. We'll still be having regular gameplay, so my enforcers will still be on deck. And I may have multiple eyes up there in order for us to be able to call it down the middle evenly for both sides. I saw the heart on Airsoft Revolution. That's Lydia. She gave me a heart. See, I gave her a shout out. And again, guys, I do want to all-day air pass ? It's pretty much too. Well, the air pass with the HPA systems, they raised the prices on us, so pretty much stuff goes downhill. So we charge per 1,000 psi. So
we're not gonna have an all-day air pass.
Right.
Not unlimited air. You just pay. Besides, for the most part, you don't really use that much air to pay the suggested amount that was presented. So we're actually saving you money when you buy by the 1,000. Right,
because I use 3,000 for an entire weekend.
That's a lot. That's a lot of air.
And if you're using more than that, maybe want to take a look at that rifle, whether it's Panda or anybody else.
Yeah, because that's only $6 you spent on air.
Pretty much.
Which is much less. That's the entire weekend compared to a suggested $12 air pass, which is unlimited. But if you just pay for what you use,
right, and then you could top off every game, and then because we used to do that for the paintballers, and they top off for pretty much every game, and they end up paying a lot more money for the little bit that they're getting topped off. So it's kind of not worth it for you guys. It's less headache for us. The only reason is because we don't have a compressor, a massive compressor for us to be able to fill up our tanks. So we actually take our tanks to go get filled. So you have to take consideration of loading these really heavy tanks, and you gotta carry them into the truck and then take those all the way to where we get them filled, and then drop them off, fill them out, get them filled, and then go pick them up again
the next day.
And the next day, or depending on how busy they are, then come back over here and then drop them off, set up everything. So it's a lot more than just blowing it up. What's up?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Alright, we only got 2 minutes, guys. Enforcers, are you allowed up there?
Can we watch Extinction from the Enforcers deck?
No. No, I'm sorry about that. Again, it's a closed event. You can that's why we're gonna go live on all the platforms, so you guys are gonna watch. And I think we're gonna be able to stream it from the actual TV too. I gotta get with Jarvis, see if he can come down, and then we can set up something a little bit more where you see multiple cameras, or maybe we could try to do the GoPro thing again like we did before. He did show me something that he was testing out, and we gotta just see what we can do, come up with. We have 2 weeks to get it done for that, and he's really smart. He can figure that out.
I think that's just about
I think that's pretty much it.
I'm gonna pull the plug.
Vans was close enough. Was close though. Yes, I do give credit to Vans. Vans was second from taking the title from Simba, because it was Simba and Vans, and Vans was shooting everything. I almost felt like I almost got shot. I was up in the enforcer tower for that. Oh yeah, and I'm also enforcing bragging rights today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So be prepared for that.
Be there.
Be there.
Alright, close it out.
We'll close it out, guys. So if you guys want more information or got any more questions about anything at all, if you guys want to see different types of talks,
check out YouTube. Oh, what? No. Dang,
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
So you guys want us to talk about anything at all, put it in the comments below, because I've been looking back and I haven't found anything on any of the networks as far as what you guys want to hear, what do you want to talk about, because I love this interaction between all three platforms. A lot more interaction, that shows us love. The more love that we show you guys, and we want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, whether it's the hard-hitting questions of Dom didn't call his last time I played. I'm just kidding. He did. But anything at all, guys.
I think it's so handsome. Anyways.
Other than that, that's all we got for now, guys. So from our family to yours,
live the game.
Live the game. Game. And game.
So that's like a sign.
Yep. And
finish.
Facebook. Peace.
Share 19 viewers.
And last but not least,
YouTube.
our YouTube channel. Peace, guys.